And welcome everybody to Farming Simulator 25. Yep, it's finally here. A little late with this review and quick run through, but you know, better late than never. So what I thought I'd do in this video is really just have a run through. I'm going to run through all the maps, run through, you know, what it gives us. So first of all, you know, let's just make sure we all get our settings right. So before we start, you know, if you got like a steering wheel, etc., make sure this is on. If you got head-eye tracking, and obviously you can put that on. I have my force feedback to 100%. Display settings, I've got it set pretty much on medium while I'm just testing out, and obviously just on 1920 by 1080 because it's easier for me to record with. And you could actually go and set up your, you know, I've got a wheel and a farm stick, but what you've got to do, you've got to make sure you go into here and do the dead zones. Otherwise, if you got a steering wheel, you'll be doomed if you don't do that. So I got mine set for 5% for my steering. Otherwise, it's too touchy, too sensitive, and 0 for everything else. And my farm stick actually is a little different too, but so I've switched the device over to the same set. I've had that 10% overall because I like that bit of a dead zone because of the joystick. It's easy to do two things at once, and that's all I've got really. I have got the collector's edition for PC, so it does come with a key, but that doesn't get included in there. So let's crack open with a career. So you pick an empty slot. There's 3 effective maps that we've been given at launch. So obviously we got Riverbend, this one, and Zelonka. So we'll take a look through each one, but something a little different here. So from 22, you've got the usual, you know, farm manager, start from scratch, and new farmer. But there is this slight difference because farm manager, you can only have 1 million. I'm sure it was 1.5 million in 22, and start from scratch you can make up to 1 million. But the thing is here, new farmer, you can have up to 1 million, you know, pounds. I mean, that's great. So you still get the new farmer with all the new, you know, with all the starter equipment. One to be aware of though, this start loan is not added money. It just means how much of your start money is a loan. So if you have 1 million start money and 1 million start loan, that means you owe 1 million to the bank when you start the game. So better have that at 0 and you start good. So yeah, I mean, why not put it up to 1 million? I'm going to have the thing on easy. You can have a start farm, yes or no, which is new again, a new farmer, and you can have a guided intro. So I'm going to put no on mine, but if you're new to the game or new to the genre, it's probably a good idea to do the tour. These are all the mods. In fact, let me go back out and I'll show you the mods. Obviously, there's not a lot of mods yet, but there is mods available, you know. This was from launch and they're being added to every day. I've downloaded a few. I mean, I would keep away from mods if I was you, if you're new to the game. You know, play vanilla. However, there's nothing to stop you getting, you know, some extras, you know, which is just extra, like, you know, tractors or stuff you can buy in the shop. Adding mods in shouldn't be too much of a thing. I put them all in, but well, the majority of them in anyway. But yeah, it's definitely going to get a lot better. Obviously, it's a revamped GUI, so you know, it does look a lot better. It's very, you can tell it's aimed a lot at consoles, but here we go. Now you got your characters fingered here, so I'm not going to go through that. So just go to confirm. You know, you can fill your boots on that one. That doesn't need much viewing. But this is the first map. This is Riverbend. So let's have a look. Actually, first thing before you go in, as in FS22. Yeah, you should always go and make some changes. You can change your game save name here. You know, to whatever you want, really. I'll just put Pops Gamer in, I guess. Again, pretty standard stuff. We did this in FS22. It's a bit of a neater setup, though. Autosave, you got your choices there. Timescale, I usually set it at 0.5, but you can tick it up as far as 360. There you go. Economic difficulty, here you can change it back, or if you've had it on easy, normal, and hard. Let's have a look. Seasons, we'll take that off. That's basically, you know, will tell you when you can harvest and when you can plant. Days per month, usually leave it at 1 day, but you can have 28 if you really want to do it. Fixed visual month, you can have it like, you know, what month it's always going to be or always going to look like, but yeah, I'll go on that. You can have snow on or off, but this is the main one. I like to always have crop destruction off, you know, because otherwise if you drive over a crop, it's gonna wreck it. And initially you can take all them off as well, and put the disaster destruction down to visuals only. That's new in 1.0. Usual sort of thing here, dirt, which is same in FS22, so how dirty your tractor can get. I'm taking automatic engine start off because, like I said, I've got the key. And that's about it, really, I think. I think leave everything else. Here's the general settings. Again, help window, that gives you that little help, you know, to see what key to press in the top left hand. And then usual sort of stuff, you know, interactive zone markers, info triggers, so you can see in the real world, you know, things like your field info and your thing of triggers. I'm set mine to pound, but you send it to whatever money unit you want. The same again for miles or kilometers, Fahrenheit or Celsius, or acres or hectares. Radio, I usually have off, to be honest, but you can have it on, or you can have it, and you can have it, you know, in range of the vehicle or just in the vehicle. And then just set your cameras to however you want to set them at the end of the day. You know, I think that's pretty it for this side of the thing. So the rest is just all obviously input controls. You put them to your preference. I just leave them as is. You can always go back and add later if you feel necessary. And if you've got extra controllers like a stick or a steering wheel, this is where you can add them in to your game, and they'll stay, hopefully. Just have to make sure if you make any changes you will apply. Right, that's that done. So let's have a look at our farm. So here's the map. So this is a bigger map, by the way, so these might not look, this is not, if you're familiar with FS22, the maps are bigger. That's one thing. So I don't know how much bigger, but they do seem to be bigger. So if we go across here, there's some slight changes. Here you can see where your farmland, so that's just used to have to click X on your controller for that. But now it's part of a graphic in the main menu. So that's we've got pretty much 1 through to 5 in number of fields. And here you can just obviously click on to any others. You can either buy other ones or even sell, you know, things what you've got. So again, this is where we were. So let's just remind ourselves. This is us in the highlighted green. From 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are all our fields. So let's go back and see what they've given us. So we can look here. So that's barley. You can just click that off to double check. The other top one is wheat. 4 is nothing. And then 5 is going to be canola, because it's that color. There you go. Now if we look at what else we've got on here, it's pretty much a full suite. Here's the growth. So we got nothing on that field, it's been harvested, and nothing on that field because it's been ploughed. We'll not see you know, the cultivated things like that. And we got ready to harvest. So we've got 2 fields ready to harvest of wheat. No, sorry, one of wheat and one of canola. Like I said, fertilizer and what's been mulched. Usual sort of stuff. It's a pretty tight, you know. I sort of like how they've done the menus this time. I think they're a bit more, you know, click friendly. Certainly more controller friendly. You can tell they've aimed this at consoles, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, I'm working on PC, but I use controller as well, so it's not that I'm a keyboard and mouse, you know, only sort of person. If it's playable by, you know, to sit back and chill. But I have my joystick and I have my steering wheel. So yeah. The more it's like this, the better for me. And you can sort of like, we got cows on here as well, by the way. So you first start a farm, gets cows, and you got others. So you got our farmhouse, which we'll have a look at. And we got a couple of characters, which you can interact with, but mainly they were for the guided tours and things like that. So here's your crop calendar. Obviously we're free. We can do anything anytime. We can plant anytime and harvest anytime because we took seasons off. If we put seasons back on, that wouldn't be the case. So let's do that actually. I'll sort of show you. So if we put seasons back on, yes. And now we see, you see, this is why it's difficult. You start the dotted line there is starting in August. So we can do our wheat now. That's all right. We can do our barley. We can do our canola, and that's about it. And then we can only plant sort of corn, sunflowers, potatoes. You know, it's very limited to what we can plant this time of year. So and then we have to wait a whole year. You know, if we planted any more. So yeah, I normally keep it off, and then it's just like this. Like I said, on this map we do have a cow pasture. We actually have 3 cows in there, to be fair. They're currently eating off the meadow. But if I was starting on this map, I would probably get rid, because right now, right at the beginning, even if you started with 1 million, you're still going to be building your farm up. So animals is probably something you'd probably wait for. There's quite a few contracts though on this map to start you off with, so that's definitely something. They're not very much money, mind you. Mods might come in and improve that. We'll have to see, but the one is not that fantastic, to be fair. But you know, it's better than nothing. And you've got like mods. You can put up things like government grants, subsidies, and that gives you some, you know, income as well. But these contracts, you can, you know, the difference is on these contracts though, you only got a certain amount of time to do it. So productions, we don't own any on this, but we got pretty much a full suite of everything available on the map to buy. So yeah, or we can add our own. Now this is a little different. So I quite like this actually for the prices. But this thing here is the big thing. These vehicles are our vehicles. So in here we can see what we actually own, and we can actually sell them as well from this screen, which is different than in FS22. I quite like that touch. It gives us everything, you know, it shows us what, you know, the basic specs of what we got. And, you know, we can look into, we got a usual Massey Ferguson, very small, which we were selling that. So you can hit that button and sell it. But no, I'm not going to do it right now because we're going to be using it. But there you go. It is possible to do that. So yeah, it's definitely a big thing. So let's look at where we are. So if we are barley, it looks like we're in the lowest month right now. So if we go, we've got wheat, haven't we? So if we go to wheat, so yeah, so we're in the lowest time. So we'd have to probably store that till January on this map to get the best amount of money for it. So yeah. I mean, that's an average price, obviously. Takes all 6 of these prices and divides them by 6 to get the average, I assume. So yeah, it's definitely I like this. There's no going on different screens. That's what I like about it. Where the FS22, you have to always go on different screens, and that's it, folks. So that's it for the thing. So let's have a wander around. Our farm, our starter farm. So all these buildings are really good. You know, they're definitely a lot better. You know, I think there's quite a few complaints about the buildings in Giants. I mean, a lot of mods were good, but Giants themselves, I mean, this obviously, is it? No, you can't get in that one. But a lot of them were like this. This was obviously an old chicken thing. I mean, I would delete this because if it's no good to me, this would definitely go. So if it's deletable, I've not really tried, to be honest. But if there's no point of a building being there, then it's not going to stay. It's not going to stay on my farm, which is one of the complaints I said. But this is useful. This is, you can actually drop more of these off as well. But these are the small market stalls. So you can drop your products here from your productions and sell them right here. So it's a quick sales point, to be honest. And they've kindly placed one in front of our farm. So here's our farmhouse. Now the farmhouse look really, really good. Oh, there's our uncle, I think he is. If you're playing the guide, you'll be speaking to him if you're having the guided tour. I think you can speak to him through the game, though. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can. But, yeah, I like how they look, but you can't walk in them. But the ones you can actually construct houses now, and the ones you construct, you can go inside. So there is a point to constructing a house, but it's a bit like, you know, I mean, look at this John Deere. It's definitely looking a lot better. Now this, look, yes, we can get in here. I mean, this is brilliant. I mean, if you look at top as well, there's all walkways at the top there. There's a little gap in the hole here. Let's have a look at this tractor while we're here. So it's looking quite good, isn't it? Come up here. There's a big door to get in there as well. Well, if you go up these stairs, you get up to, there's another flight going up there. But let's just go down here. For this gets you on the second floor if you're in the UK, or the first floor if you're in the US. And yeah, there's still another floor to go. So let's go up top and have another look. I mean, you know, the really good, these are quite you can actually buy these and download these. Obviously they've filled them up with a bit of this sort of stuff, but this is gonna really be interested to see what the modders can do with this this new gen stuff. We're gonna get some great buildings, I can feel it. But is it balling away? Well, we can pick it up too. Come throw it over. Oh, can't seem to lift it off. But yeah, that's it, folks. You know, we've got some pretty good. Oh, by the way, we can do third person too. That's a new one. Right, we got a big bag of food there, seeds, sorry, and a seeder. I didn't know that's a... See, we just got like things everywhere, doors and on our starter farm, we've got obviously the bit of a silo thing over here. And back at our farm, we've got, back of our barn, I mean, we've got this small petrol tank. Of course, it's empty. We'd have to fill that up. So let's head over and see what we got on our field. Oh, we got these couple of things around here. Okay, so here's our field. It's our wheat. And we have another field just across the road here with which has been harvested already. I think this was barley, was it? Was it barley? Yeah, barley. So unfortunately that's been harvested, so we can't have that. It's quite a large field, this though. So it's not a bad start field to get off. It's certainly better than FS22 for the small fields they gave you. And then we got 3 of these fields here, 2 of them with crops. This is wheat, it's canola on the other side. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. For the first, this is quite a big farm. You know, for your first farm. So it definitely is a much bigger map. And here's is it canola? Yep. Right, let's get our Massey Ferguson out. And we'll take a look. There's a couple of things I want to show you as well, but I'm just going to start this up with my key. So I don't know those. I know those who got a console don't have the key. It's just a PC for the collector's edition, but it is quite cool to have the key thing. It's a bit childish, but there you go. And there we go. Right, let's take this baby out. Graphic wise, it's definitely better because it's got ground deformation as well. You notice it's leaving a lot of tracks and stuff on the road. We haven't seen it yet, but when water comes down, we'll see water running on the windshields, I believe, and water running on the vehicles and puddles, and we'll see, you know, trees waving in the thing. So it is going to be a much more realistic, immersive experience. Let me just have to go out here. Just realised that I need to. I can just show you this while I'm here. So if I just jump out the car, out the harvester. So this is our cow farm, which I'm probably going to get rid of. I don't think I'm going to keep this, but we got 3 cows in it. And currently eating meadow, and I think there's a bit of a bug right now where the meadow's not growing back. So let's take a look at what we've got. This is another one that this is our shop. This is what we're going to sell. So this is what we can buy. So I think it's a lot tidier now. Like there's no different tab for trade. It's all on one tab. And we're under certain headings within that tab, and they're functional. So we combine harvesting, grassland, baling, all that sort of stuff, root crops, and they tie everything in there, whether it's machinery, whether it's trailers, whether it's consumables. You know, I think it's a better idea keeping everything in its own bucket as such. You've got quite a bit for forestry, and then, you know, anything one doesn't, put in miscellaneous. We have packs, which we had before, I think. So, you know, you can go in here if you want to do, I don't know, could be anything. Let's do sugar beet. So basically, they'll throw in everything what you can is sugar beet friendly. Well, not everything, obviously, because you can have a number of tractors, but it'll throw recommendations in there. You know, and it's just handy if you're not 100% sure. You know, I mean, like the animals is throwing them back in, because obviously you need the truck to move animals and things like that, and get water and feed to them. So yeah, it's definitely useful. You know, you can go in there and get whatever you want. Got the used vehicle sale, just like in FS22. Always worthwhile keeping a good eye on this. This is all your mods and your DLCs. And then this is your others. So similar to what it was in FS22, you can get your ammo dealer, you go into your wardrobe here, go into your construction. You can also go into your farmland, and you can go into vehicles. So farmland, obviously that just takes you back to the original menu. So to be honest, doesn't really need to be there, but hey ho. Construction is going to be the main time anybody jumps into this one. So construction gives you your capabilities for, you know, for building on whatever land you own. So you got like a number of sheds, usual sorts of things. So you got plenty of sheds. Some quite impressive ones too. And apparently a lot of these you can have decals on buildings. So I can see borders coming out with lots of different decals on buildings, like showing age stuff, or you know, anything sort of stuff. Constructibles is a big one. These are not actually built. You have to put things to them. Containers, you got some tools, all the usual stuff. I mean, I'm not going into great detail here. This is just a quick run through in your farmhouses. Then you got your factories, so all the factories you do for your productions, greenhouses, cultivation for your olives and that sort of stuff, and also to get your rice. Generators, so you can get your government subsidies and all that sort of stuff. You have basically all your animals, bees and others, which is your cat, which is your dog. You know, usually a handful of sizes: small, medium, large, and very small. And fixed, and then also you can design them yourself. Fences, so many fences, it's unreal. Yeah, they've gone fence mad for some reason. And then you got lots of lights too, so that's good from base game. And then others, which is going to give you like your sheds to put tools in. All these open up, and then usual sort of stuff. There's some decorations in there as well, decorative things. So, yep. I mean, for a base game, it's not too bad, you know, for just launch. Usual sort of sculpting and painting. Not a lot of painting stuff, though. Trees, plants, that sort of stuff. So, yeah. You know, there's going to be lots of fun to be had for that. But let's go and crack on, because I don't want this video going on for hours. Let's get back into our harvester and let's get it hooked up. Again, this is not like an instructional video, so I'm not really going on how to do this. This is just really giving you a highlight of what things are on this game, or you know, how it looks, and can't show you everything because that's just impossible. I probably will be doing some sort of playthrough in this. I might pick a farm. Hey, if you guys are interested, you know what I mean, and you want me to do a playthrough, hey, pick a map and let me know in the comments of what you'd like to see. I mean, there is this one. there's the, you know, and the two other maps that we'll be doing a little later on. Just a quick flick through. But there is something very interesting in this that is worth highlighting. You just have to excuse me, by the way, because I'm trying to work out which button does what on my joystick. I can't remember. But what I want to do now is, besides to get it going, I want to show you the GPS. Because when you hire workers, it's been a game changer. Basically what they've done is added courseplay that consoles will be able to do. Now it's a cut down version of courseplay, and I'll explain that, you know, why a little later, but at least it's something that consoles couldn't do before, because consoles can't run scripts, or don't allow scripts to be run. So what I'll do, I will just drop this down and just make a little bit of hole. And what you do, whatever it's a button on my joystick actually, but whatever it is to hire a helper, you hold that key down, and it opens up a menu. So let me just stop it here. So hold the number, if I can remember which one it is. Nope, that's going out. That's it. No, it's not. Nearly there. I think this is the one. That's the one. So it opens up this AI settings. Now, as you can see in the little window, it shows a little path of where it will go. So it's automatically picked the working width. You can adjust it, but it should pick it up to the width of your sort of like whatever header or whatever you're doing. You can choose number of headlands, whether to work the headlands. You can also do steering assist, and what that will do is you could hit cruise control and it will do its own steering around, and you can do a bit more sort of functions in this, so it's a bit closer to courseplay in a way, where you can choose your work direction and that sort of stuff, and give a little offset as well if you want to. You choose how many headlands, but I'll leave it on auto for now, and I'm going to leave it on AI. I'm going to work the headlands, and we're going to start with the headlands. Just come out there, and then you press H, and then basically that's it. Your worker will follow that path, and I will tell you now, I've tested it a few times and it's pretty accurate. It doesn't really mess up. There's little odd things now and then, but I mean, look how close that is, how clear that is. It's really good. So while that's doing that, what we'll do, we'll jump into John Deere, and we'll just grab our trailer. Now, the one thing that our GPS doesn't do, it won't allow our collectors from the harvesters to be automated. So we're still, from a PC perspective, I'm still hoping that we will still get courseplay, because we still need it. It's good that it's been added into the base game, but it's a rudimentary one. I don't know why it's a rudimentary one. I don't know whether that's a limitation on consoles, perhaps. I'm not sure. But if they don't expand it and make it that we can have multiple harvesters and multiple tools, so we can use our tractors as well to automate, to get in, to empty the, and also make the harvesters have the ability for the tractors to come in without trouncing out all over, you know, the harvest. So yeah, it's very rudimentary, but it's great we have it, don't get me wrong. And I think console users have never had it before, because they couldn't use that particular mod. So I think it's going to be a game changer for them. So if anything, that is the main selling point, I think, for this game for consoles, you get this. At least you've got an accurate, and it is reasonably accurate. I've said they've done it really well, better than Courseplay, I would suggest. Of the, you know, of our worker. I mean, they do a little bit of a dance here when they do corners. It's a bit strange. And sometimes they do the odd pirouette. But overall, they do get everything off the ground. So they are very good. And you can follow them around. It just means that you can't walk away from this process and do something else. You've still got to be here, part of this process, because otherwise the harvester will stop when it gets full. So there's no, you know, there's no code in there to say, for example, for the harvester to, once you're full, go off and empty in this at this location. You know, where you can do that with Courseplay. So there's definitely a place right now for Courseplay, and it might be able to be less of a code problem because it's already in the game, so it's not going to be brand new. So so yeah, hopefully that shouldn't be too long. So hopefully somebody's working on that, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, right now this is a game changer for the game. This makes it a must buy if you want to do Courseplay and GPS. Right, let's take a look at Hutan Pantai. So this is, we'll go on the same sort of scenario as Riverbend. Well, welcome. So this is the, I guess, the place of the rice paddies. So this is where you've got the same sort of deal here. So you can go on the thing here, I believe, on here as well, on the guided tour. Same sort of deal here with the house. You can't get in. We have our harvester there. So let's have a look on the map where we are. So let's look at our farmland. So that's where we are. So we've pretty much got all this area here. So what is it, from 27 through to 31? Well, missing out 29 obviously. So we got 2 of these here which have got nothing in them, and then 3 here which have got rice. So basically we got, and they don't look very big, but there's quite a bit of rice in there, and I tell you that, and they are ready for harvest. So so you have got a good start here. So you got 3 fields, and that's good as well. You can actually buy in here too. You can actually buy fields in here without having to go to any other thing. I do like the map actually on this particular thing, because they've certainly combined a lot of the functionality into one tab, which is pretty good. So usual sort of thing, productions, we've got quite a few here. And we do have some productions in this. We don't have any animals. We obviously don't have any contract. We have obviously the others, houses, and the 2 characters. That's not the character. That's the character. Okay, so let's have a look. So we got the mushrooms and the greenhouse, and we got a beehive as well. And there's our silo. We can sell all these straight from here, which is even easier, to be honest, if we're clearing anything away. And we can buy anything while we're on the map. If you want to buy, you know, if you just want to look at a map and say, yeah, where's the spinnery? That'll do. I'll buy it there. Much simpler. Crop calendar again. It's not there. We've got no animals. There's a couple of no active, obviously. There's a couple of contracts there. Got more money for those contracts though, so they must be bigger fields. Again, you can't really tell with these PDAs on the actual size. So this is our production chain. So we've got, like, obviously we've got rice saplings in the greenhouse. We've got rice greenhouse, and we've got a couple of mushrooms as well. Again, only needs water, so they're actually activated, but we just need to add water. So you've got a kickstart there already in production chains. And you can change the space, use the space or press the key to distributing, storing, or selling. Normally I'd have these going straight to selling, unless they're being used for something else. You go for distribution. So let's go down to rice and see where we stand for rice. So that's all we've got to think. Oh, look at that. So we're actually going to harvest it in the best month to sell it. So yeah, perfect. That's quite a lot of money actually. So yeah, it's going to give you quite a good start in here, because you're going to get quite a boost to your cash. You'll be able to, you've got 3 fields ready to harvest, and you'll be able to sell it instantaneously. Usual sort of thing. It's got I quite like that AGCO tractor actually. But we got a nice little 3-wheeler type van. There's our rice harvester. It's a weird little thing. And that's our rice planter. So gives us all what we need to know down here. I don't know if this is the best or not. I think it's the only one actually, to be fair. So yeah, usual sort of stuff that we've got in here. We've got a truck instead of a van, instead of a wagon. It's handier. Some usual Massey Ferguson stuff. So yeah, no hand tools. Obviously we've got no loans, so no finances. And that's it. Right, let's take a look round. So there's our van. There's our field with nothing in it. So we got, you know, a couple of fields we can actually work on. This building is a false building, and there's one of the yellow guys that we had. I'm not sure if that was Ben or Walter. I'm not sure. Like I said, you can do your guided tour on this map as well. And again, we got 2 houses next to each other. So this is your some of these long johns on the line there. Can I get through there? No. Let's just go and jump over this. Oh, here's our mushrooms. So it's filled at the back here. On the left here is where the mushrooms will appear if you've got him on storing and not distribution or selling. And basically it's all ready to go. It just needs water. So that's all you need there. Some greenhouses in the back. We'll get to them in a minute. Here's rice seeder. It's a weird looking thing, isn't it? This is all new to 25, and this is the rice harvester. And this is an odd little shed. Again, this does nothing, doesn't open, unfortunately. Again, another little not working door. What's the point of having that? There's a tractor, quite a nice looking tractor, I'd call. Let's have a look at the this greenhouse. So this is the rice saplings one. So again, all ready for you. Just add water. And these are the rice. Before I go to the rice, actually, let's go over to look at these storage. These are new. These actually work. You can actually get things in here. And some of the sheds you can buy have things to store your hand tools as well. So they've definitely, you know, gone above and beyond on the storage units. Definitely. There's less decoration now and there's more utility, which is always good. I just don't know why they didn't do that for the houses. That's disappointing. You know. Anyway, hey ho. Now here, the rice field. Now this is what you use to obviously do the rice when you're you have to flood it. So obviously right now it just needs to be harvested, and you got that one there, and you got these two here. And there's quite a bit of rice here, you know. And another biggish field here, so I think you're going to get a pretty good start here. You got, like, you know, one biggish field to look after as well, which you can put anything you want on. So let's take this out. I think I would probably get this out and take it over to the rice field, because this is going to be what we're going to be emptying our rice in. Bison, isn't that something? What was that, a Breaking Bad? Putting our rice into, I should say, not the poison. Okay, where am I? On the left here, I think, just past little things. So yeah, just stick it on the grass here, I think. Lovely jubbly. And I think then we just need to pop out and grab our harvester. This one. It's a weird thing, isn't it? It's quite different. Oh, it's on tracks, that's why. So if I turn, it's going to always turn, isn't it? Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I can't describe what it's like, really, to be honest. What it's going to look like when it's working. Not really. I've kept away from videos from FS25. Kept a little bit into it, but I've not really kept a lot, to be honest, because I wanted a bit of a surprise. But it's a bit of a beast. So I assume this just goes down like an harvester and switches on like an harvester. Sounds like... let's get this to the beginning. I'll put a worker in it, and then we'll be able to then properly watch it working. Ooh, that's how it does it. Cool. So again, go into the worker menu. It's going to do 3. Do the headlands first. Right, let's get our worker in it. Her. It's a her, is it? Her do a little bit of a jiggle. Oh, weird. Look at that. Fantastic. Like a carpet going in. Weird, eh? Actually, this is going to be fun, you know. Something different, isn't it? Very different. Yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy doing something like this, I think. It's going to make a change from 22. Right, let's have a wander. Let's see what else this map is going to give us. Obviously, you get a little bit lesser land on each one, but I think we've got to be over there on the east. That's where all the town is. So let's head over to the town and see what's in there. Here we go. Park up here, I think. Park up in the car park. I should switch it off, I think. Yeah, just switch it off. Be a responsible adult. Right, let's have a wander. Could do one of them motorbikes, really. That'll be better for walking around here. Yeah. It's definitely got that oriental feel, hasn't it? I love the design of the roofs and things. It's definitely different. Lovely. Yeah, I might do this, you know, as my next playthrough. Who knows? Looks good. Right. Zilonka. Let's do the same thing on this. Right, let's get the map loaded up. Right, here we go, Zilonka. This seems to be a very uniform, thin, fielded, but long fields. Very square. We just got these two, that's it. 45 and 46. Wow. And it looks like we've only got one field with some stuff on it. So this is a tough starter. It's going to be hard to start on this one. Well, not hard to start, harder. It looks a big map, but they all look like very uniform, very straight, very thin fields. Yep, and I've definitely only got one ready to go. Same crop calendar again. This is why you would do it with seasons off. You know, because you're looking at beginning of the year to do your planting and end of year to harvest them. Which you could do. Just added more of a simulation to the game, isn't it? Animals, we don't have any. We have a chicken pasture though. So at least we've got a working chicken thing here, which we'll take a quick look at. Contracts, we've only got the one. Wow, that's even worth doing. Production chains, we don't own any. There's only a handful on the map as well. And then let's look at vehicles first, I think. So we've got a Challenger. Nice looking Challenger there. MT600. Usual sort of stuff. John Deere. It's quite a small one. 116 horsepower. Yeah. And a Massey Ferguson. Okay. And let's have a look. I do like how the houses look, but again, still sort of disappointed that can't go in these houses. What's the point? Can we go in this one? Yep. See, you can go in this, but can't go in the house. Bizarre. I hope Giants had to, you know, put some things down. I know modders will. I know you can construct houses and then you can walk inside. But, you know, we don't want a house, we're going down a house, you just want to put it up, down, don't want to wait 5 months or however long it takes to build them. Quite like this building though. I love how the wood looks really, really aged. Definitely. I love some of the sheds. They've done a brilliant job. Why did they do the same thing with the houses? And some decent fencing too. Got bad on fencing and sheds. And ignored houses. Bizarre. Right, let's take a look to see what's in here. So I mean, these look small, but look, they are quite big. Let's see how long it takes for us to get to one end. This is quite a long field. It's a very short width. I'll give it that. But it is a very, very long distance. See, I told you it was long. Let's have a look. Let's have a wander. So, I'm half and half with this map, I'll be honest. They are nice and long, but they're not very wide. This is like a map that wants to be big and just doesn't quite make it for some reason. I don't know. But I could be wrong. It could be the best map in the world. It is definitely very European. It does have that European feel. Look, I'm drunk. I can't drive. Ooh. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, it's one of those maps I'm not sure. I think if I was doing a playthrough, I think I like river bends. And I like the, what's it called? The Heighton, the rice paddy fields one. That looks interesting too. Although that's a smaller one. And I'm looking forward to when modders get, I don't know if Giants have released the map maker yet. But, I'll be happy to see some modders maps, I think, because there's some fantastic ones for FS22. But alright. Sit rep. FS25, is it worth it? In my opinion. In my opinion, 100% yes. I mean, base game, it's got some bugs. It's got some idiosyncrasies. But as a first launch, I don't think it's been that bad. You know, there's not many game break. At least I've not seen any game breaking bugs. So, apart from me not being able to drive and almost killing people if I could actually hit them. And I think the potential of this game is huge. And the step up in graphics, you know, I've seen the water effects, I've seen the tornadoes and that sort of stuff, and how the weather thing is, you know, it's going to be stunning. And she looks beautiful. I mean, I've got this in pretty just 1080p effectively, you know, because it's easier for me to video it for YouTube that way. But it still looks good. So yeah, and I think consoles are going to love it. And a big thing is GPS for consoles. That has got to be the, you know, you can get a worker into your harvester and just follow them around with your trailer to get the stuff. It's definitely a big plus for console and for PC as well, because hopefully it'll make the modding easier, but it will definitely give us a start and something to play with right now while we're waiting for Courseplay to come along, hopefully. But yeah, I think it's definitely got a full thumbs up from me. I would certainly recommend it. All depends. FS22 is obviously a bit more mature, but this is the next generation. I don't think it's a City Skylines 2 debacle. I think it started well. It started strong, so it's got a good foundation to get even better. So yeah, thanks for watching. And like I said, if you've got some suggestions of what farm you'd like me to set up and how anything else you'd like to see, leave me a shout in the comments. If you've got it, what do you think of the game? Leave it in the comments. Alright, thanks all for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye everybody.